American sport values statistics, numbers. They measure the games, the performances, the eras. It's when those numbers are measured away from American soil that they can challenge our understanding. Before the start of this weekend, American military casualties in Iraq numbered 3,932. Tom Rinaldi has the story of one of those on that list, a young soldier and the mission created in his honor, a union of sport and spirit that's accomplishing more than one soldier ever hoped.
On autumn mornings here, as colors stir the trees, children play below. Across a fresh New England field, they kick and chase. 6,000 miles away, there is a different field. This one, bare and dry. But the sound is the same, as is the story. The story of a wish, and a name, and a ball.
That ball represents a future, it represents a friendship amidst everything.
Nick Medaris poured himself into soccer from an early age. Growing up in Wilton, Connecticut, he was a tireless player, a teenage referee, and a devoted youth coach.
The children loved him. They really did, because he was funny and he would go in his flip-flops and he would go in his, shorts with flowers on it, his tank top, and he would have a lot of fun with the kids.
Upon graduating from high school, Medaris sought a brotherhood far beyond his hometown fields. Without telling his family, he enlisted in the Army.
Nothing you can do. He had made the commitment. You just hope that he didn't make a mistake and that it was the right thing for him to do.
8 months later, Private First Class Nick Medaris was in Iraq and in combat. Far from home, amidst the danger and chaos, Medaris found one thing familiar: children playing soccer. And he wanted to help them.
He was amazed at some of the things they could do. He just asked me this, if I had any old balls I could find to send over, he could give to the kids.
Nick's father hoped to ship the balls out when Nick returned to Iraq after spending 2 weeks on leave with his parents, his brother Christopher, and his sister Marie in the summer of 2006.
He looked like a new person. I mean, he obviously didn't want to go back, but he knew he had to, and he was going to do it either way, so.
At the airport, the Medaris family faced a difficult goodbye.
He kept looking back. My wife swears he knew he wasn't coming home. She says he had that look. But he never hesitated.
2 months later, September 3rd, 2006. While on patrol in Baquba, Iraq, Private First Class Nick Medaris was killed by a roadside bomb. He was 19 years old.
The casualty officer was a little surprised. He asked me who should receive the flag from the casket. Myself or my wife, and I told him to give it to my little son. Christopher held on to that flag like he was never going to let it go.
A son and a soldier died, but his spirit would endure. Nick Medaris's life was over, but his legacy was just beginning to take shape. The shape of a ball.
It was his wish, and what else can you do but fulfill the wish of a guy who gave his life for you?
Ken Dartley never met Nick Medaris, but through a newspaper article learned of his love for soccer and his hope to bring a few balls to Iraq. Immediately, he approached the Medaris family with an idea.
The idea was to collect soccer balls, to put Nick's name on them, and send them to Iraq.
There's a guy that I don't even know read something I said and wants to make, you know, Nick's dream or Nick's request into a reality. And it's hard to understand why someone would want to do that.
A Korean War veteran, Dartley set up a simple net in front of American Legion post number 86 in Wilton. His hopes for the collection were modest.
I thought, well, we'll wrap it up by Christmas and do whatever we got. I don't know how many we're going to have. Well, it began to grow.
From the first few balls given by the Medaris family themselves, the total started to climb. A dozen, 100, 500.
It made me smile because I just felt like, you know, he's working his magic from wherever he is.
So far, Kick for Nick has netted more than 1,500 soccer balls, almost all from the small town of Wilton, all destined for Iraq, all sharing one thing.
His name is on every ball. So if they look at the ball and they see Nick Medaris, what does that mean? Well, they had to understand that. That was the whole purpose, is to leave a legacy of Nick Medaris in Iraq.
September 29, 2007, 7 miles south of Baghdad. An American military convoy heads for the Iraqi village of Koresh. They carry a unique shipment.
You would see all the children running behind the Humvees shouting, "The Americans are here! The Americans are here!"
The children jostle to get in line, hoping for a gift. While they wait, they listen.
We want you to understand how important these balls are. Each one of these balls has a fallen soldier's name on it that came to Iraq trying to help kids just like you.
And then, 30 miles from where he was killed, soccer balls, each bearing Nick Medaris' name, are given away.
He gave us these soccer balls and made us happy. He lives here in our hearts. We're very happy with the soccer balls, and we will always cherish them.
We would like to say to his family, it is true that he was killed and they lost him. But as far as we are concerned, he is present with the Iraqi children, and whenever they play soccer, they will remember him.
I see those kids living in those conditions, and they look so happy. And Nick is there with them. No, how can that happen? So far away, in an isolated place like that. Nick's name is there.
What does that ball represent?
It represents him. I mean, his spirit. I mean, his love for the game, his confidence, and hopefully it'll somehow transfer to those kids so they know that even though they're going through a really tough time right now, that there's always that game to help them get through it.
A world away, children he'll never meet play a game in his spirit. Here, they play on a field honoring his name, surrounded by his memory, sharing his legacy.
Nick would be dumbfounded to think that because of him, people made this kind of an effort just on something he mentioned that he would like to see happen. He would never believe it. He would have been overjoyed.
This past Friday, a third shipment of soccer balls, about 400, left Wilton. They were headed for 3 locations in Iraq and 1 in Afghanistan. The campaign is spreading. A soccer store in Norwalk, Connecticut, has offered to start its own drive. A collection was taken in New Mexico, and others may soon be organized in Pennsylvania and South Carolina. Every ball collected and shipped will have PFC Nick Medeiros' name written on it.